Okay, well, I've been wanting to start my own new channel for a little while now, and I wanted to do a Halloween ranking a lot further down the line when I was more comfortable, more experienced, and actually knew what I was doing. But I thought, you know, I've got a couple of other videos on in the pipeline. I'm not getting anywhere with them, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to do the video that um, I wanted to do, which got me wanting to do these videos, watching other people do these rankings and stuff like that. So I thought I'll do it. It's coming up to Halloween as well, so we might as well rank the Halloween franchise. Um, so getting straight into it, the well, first of all, I'm not going to be putting Halloween 3 on this list. I think it's a fantastic horror film. I love that horror film. I'm not going to talk about it in any great detail because I'm ranking the Halloween films with Michael Myers, not with not Season of the Witch, because that film I just think it'd be unfair putting it anywhere in the list. If I had to squeeze it in the list, it would definitely be in the top half of the list. But mostly the films that I'm ranking, the Halloween films I'm ranking, I'm not ranking them in what film would be, the best made film. I'm ranking it really on sort of nostalgia and what scared me the most when I was growing up, because Halloween, the original Halloween 2 is what got me into watching horror films in the first place. So, going to be talking specifically about the Halloween films that have scared me, and a big part of it is nostalgia. Probably not going to be massively drastic towards the end of the list of what's going to be at the top, but anyway. So the bottom two films that I don't particularly enjoy in the Halloween franchise, they can they can switch places. Generally, the bottom one is always generally bottom for me. I know there's people that like it out there, and great for you, pleased for you. But for me, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I mean, I can go on all down what I don't like about it, and I don't particularly want to just bash. But there's just not hardly anything in this movie that I can stand watching. I mean, Brad Dourif's performance is great. Daniel Harris is solid. But generally, the characters are just unlikable. There's characters in there that do not need to be in this film. We're just putting people in for the sake of putting people in because no one else wants to be in this film. I don't know. I kind of like what Rob Zombie tried to do with trying to show the trauma of Laurie Strode, and I thought overall it was played pretty well. But yeah, I don't enjoy this film. It's a bit choppy. It feels like a really long music video. It just doesn't feel like Halloween. So for me, bottom of the list, and I don't enjoy this film at all. Next is Halloween Resurrection. I think this was the first Halloween film I've seen in the cinema, and I remember loving the opening. I thought that was brilliant. It was a massive surprise. Watching back now, being a bit educated, you can see Jamie Lee Curtis doesn't particularly want to be there. But the opening of the film, I think, is serviceable. It's watchable. I can enjoy that part of it, and then after that, it becomes, a steaming pile of dog crap, to be honest. But Michael's still Michael in it, and there's some decent kills here and there. But generally, the sort of like the Big Brother watching me type of thing doesn't do it for me. So going forward now, I like all the films after this. Apart from my next one, where I'm split down the middle. Which so coming in at number 8 would be Rob Zombie's Halloween. When I first watched this, I thought it was a really good movie. And then the more I've watched it and it's aged, I'm not as fond on it. The first half, I'm going to talk about things that people have probably spoke about before. The first half is quite a struggle to get through. It's just and I'm a fan of Rob Zombie. I actually just recently watched the Devil's Rejects trilogy, House of Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and Free from Hell, and they're his films, and they're fine. I quite enjoy them, but Halloween, some films are bigger than people. They belong bigger than a person, like a director. So I think Halloween almost belongs to the fans now, not the person making it, which you can argue and that's unfair. But yeah, for me, the first half of that film is a struggle to watch through. because it doesn't lend itself to the Halloween franchise in the way I want to watch it anyway. And the second half is more of just sort of like trying to pay respect to, why this franchise is still going. So I can enjoy it. I can put it in, and I can ignore a lot of it and sort of just tune into the bits I want to watch. But going forward now are films that I enjoy. Flawed, yes, but enjoy. So number 7 is going to be Halloween 5. Yes, the story's an absolute mess. Watching Michael float down the river is quite difficult. Tina, I think it's Tina. Is Tina the girl in it? The annoying girl who plays Rachel. Can't remember her name. Really annoying character. But it's still got the the beats, the tropes of Halloween. The music's decent enough. They improved the mask from 4. Yeah, it's a pretty decent film. I can watch it and enjoy it for what it is. Donald Pleasance is on form again. Him and sort of Jamie, played by Daniel Harris. Obviously the highlights of the movie. So Halloween 5, it's I enjoy it. It's not awesome, but it's fun. Next on the list is one I think used to be a lot higher for me, especially because I remember watching both of these when I was quite young. Halloween 4, I had that quite high up my list sort of a few years back, but and I still love Halloween 4, and bringing life back into a franchise that was dying out because Halloween 3 was so misinterpreted. I like Halloween 4 a lot. The only negative I have about Halloween 4 really is the mask. Like, Michael looks, it's not intimidating at all, unfortunately. And sort of when I was younger, I didn't sort of notice that. But when I'm watching it in my latter years, and obviously talking to other people about it, you realise that sort of it just really it sticks out like a sore thumb. But Halloween 4, I like it a lot. It's got a great chase in at the end as well. Next for me is so from now the next 4, if you've been keeping count, the next 4 for me are all bangers. For me, I love them all. Number 4 is going to be the recent Halloween film 2018. I did have it ahead of the one that's next, but I've changed it back again because although I love this movie and I think it looks beautiful, it's shot incredibly well. I don't even care about the Sartain character. That didn't bother me at all. It just didn't scare me. And obviously I'm older now, so horror films don't scare me as much. But I was just a little bit disappointed with the scares, and part of it's my fault because I went out and watched pretty much every trailer and bit of footage I could see about this film before it came out. But the film just wasn't scary, but it felt like Halloween. The soundtrack is phenomenal. So I really, really, really like Halloween 2018. I've got no negatives with the film, apart from it just didn't scare me. There you go. Third, and a film that really did scare me, especially the opening when I was a lot younger, is Halloween H2O. I know a lot of people got problems with the masks and stuff like that, and yeah, it does disjoint you from the film a bit. And to be fair, this one and the next one in my list are nostalgia for me because I've lost trail of thought. Nostalgia for me. Now, Halloween H2O feels like the arcade film. It's short, but it just gets going. It doesn't let it off. I think Michael Myers is calling it. The mask changing is a bit of a put off. But to be fair, it doesn't annoy me as much as it should do because I'm on the ride for the film. I think there's some great set piece scares in it, and it generally did. When I first watched it when I was, I don't know how old I was, a young teenager. I remember watching it in the daytime in my living room in the day, with all the curtains open, and it still scared me. So Halloween H2O comes at number 3. Now number 2 and number 1, you probably worked out what it is. So number 2 is the original Halloween 2, which was the first Halloween film I ever saw. I remember seeing it over a sleepover with some of my cousins and stuff, and we had all the mattresses down in the living room, all snacks and stuff, and everyone fell asleep apart from me, and I think my little cousin, she was too scared to fall asleep, bless her. But I remember watching this film, not knowing nothing about it, not watching any horror films really before, and it absolutely petrified me. It really, really scared me. So much so, I almost had to give up my morning paper round for. I just think it's almost a perfect sequel. It's you know, I still like the way, you know, the body count's high, but it's still a slow, sort of drawn out film, not in a bad way. But it's just a really good tension building horror. The final chase is phenomenal. I just really love Halloween 2. I owe a lot to Halloween 2 because it got me into wanting to watch horror films. And obviously after watching Halloween 2, I was like, I need to find out more about this character, and I went out and I got all the Halloween films that were available at that time. Yeah, so Halloween 2 is my second favourite Halloween film, and I have just noticed that I have jumped. I've gone from my seventh favourite Halloween film is Halloween 5 to Halloween 4, which was my fifth. So I missed out my sixth favourite Halloween film, which is Halloween 6. I really like Halloween 6 a lot. Again, it scared me because I watched it when I was younger. I know it's a complete mess of a storyline. To be fair, I ain't that bothered really about the storyline in a Halloween film. I just want to see Michael walk around doing his thing. But I think Halloween 6 just oozes the atmosphere of Halloween. The soundtrack's really good as well. It's got that sort of metally symphonic. It's just a really crazy soundtrack. And I have a lot of fun with Halloween. I've seen both versions, you know, the producer's cut and the theatrical cut. For me, much of a much. I don't really care about the extra stuff. It don't make the film any better whatsoever. It's still a ludicrous storyline, but it still freaks me out. There's some excellent deaths in it. I think Michael looks pretty badass as well. So, yeah, the two different cuts, I don't really care. I'll just watch whatever one comes out first. Usually the theatrical cut because it's just easier to watch, isn't it? So yeah, Halloween 6 is my sixth favourite film. Yeah, then Halloween 4, 2018, H2O, the original sequel, and then obviously, probably no surprise to anyone, my most favourite Halloween film is the original Halloween, John Carpenter's Halloween, because. And it's not because it's the original, because there's other films franchises out there where I do prefer, I don't like the original as much as others. But there's something about how John Carpenter sets up the shape, Michael Myers, that just, I know, he's gripping. And, obviously other people felt the same because, we're, 10, 11 sequels in with another 2 planned back to back. Hopefully we'll see them sooner than later. I'm not going to talk about Halloween that much because it's been done to death. I don't have a negative to say about it really, apart from in places it's shown its age a little bit, but then in the same breath, that's what makes it so endearing and stood the test of time. The music is phenomenal, the characters are phenomenal. Just everything. It's almost a perfect movie. It's almost a perfect movie. So for me, John Carpenter's Halloween is my favourite. Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble on. It is my first video, so it's probably a complete mess. Well, I did mess up the ranking anyway because I missed out Halloween 6. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Plan on doing some more videos, not just rankings. So yeah, let me know what you want. Let me know what you're interested in. So thanks. If I see you in the next one, brilliant. Take care.